Of all the things we possess, time is the only true wealth. Everything else, money, possessions, status, can be gained, lost, replaced, or rebuilt. But time is different. Once spent, it never returns. Seneca, the great Stoic thinker, warned that while people guard their money with obsession, they waste their time with carelessness, as if life were infinite. But time is life. Every passing moment is a piece of our existence we can never retrieve. When you protect your time, you protect your potential. When you invest it in wisdom, growth, love, and purpose, you build a life that no amount of money could ever buy. And when the end comes, as it inevitably will, you'll realize that those who lived with intention, not extravagance, were the truly wealthy. According to the Stoic philosopher Seneca, time is not just one of our resources. It is our most precious and limited possession. Unlike money, time cannot be earned, borrowed, stored, or recovered. It slips through our fingers moment by moment, silently and irreversibly. And yet, paradoxically, most people treat time as if it were infinite, and money as if it were sacred. They guard their wealth, but they spend their days in distraction. They worry about saving dollars, but throw away hours, weeks, years, in meaningless activity, idle entertainment, and unconscious routines. The average life is long enough, if used wisely, but most people only begin to value time when it's almost gone. In youth, we feel immortal. In middle age, we regret wasted years. In old age, we beg for more. Not of money, but of time. What does it mean to be wealthy? In Stoic terms, it's not about possessions. It's about freedom. And the greatest freedom is the ability to spend your time with intention on things that matter. These are the true luxuries of life, and all of them require time. Not just physical presence, but mental presence. A distracted life, even if long, is not truly lived. In the end, all possessions will fade, titles will be forgotten, money will be left behind. But how you used your time, that is your real wealth. That is your legacy. Every day you wake up with the same treasure as the richest human being alive. 24 hours. Time is the only currency that is distributed equally. Billionaires can't buy more of it. Beggars don't receive less of it. Every second that passes is not just time gone. It's a chapter you didn't write. And when enough unwritten chapters pile up, what's left is not a story of a life well lived, but a story of potential unrealized. We can never get that minute back. That is why time is the most valuable thing that we have. He took care of his people, and the kingdom prospered under his rule. Let us all value time and know how to spend it wisely. If you liked the video, please hit the like button, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. We would love to have you as part of our community. And finally, if you have any feedback or suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. We would love to hear from you. The only wealth that we have in this world is time. Everything else is worthless. Money, fame, power, and even life itself are temporary. But time is the only thing that is constant. It is always flowing, always moving forward. We cannot stop it, and we cannot turn back. Once a minute has passed, it will never come back. We can never get that minute back. That is why time is the most valuable thing that we have. They do not know how to spend their time wisely. They waste their time on things that are not important. The best way to value time is to set short-term goals. When you have short-term goals, you are more likely to focus on what is important and get things done quickly. Rewards can be anything that motivates you to keep going. It can be a break, a treat, or anything else that you enjoy. By rewarding yourself, you are showing yourself that you appreciate your accomplishments, and that makes you more likely to repeat them. Short-term goals also help you to be more productive and efficient. Instead of spending time with family and friends, they spend time on social media. Instead of spending time on their hobbies and interests, they spend time on things that do not matter. They do not realize that they are wasting their precious time. The doctor came into the room, and after examining the king, he said, "Your Majesty, you have only 1 week left to live. Let us all value time and know how to spend it wisely." Here are 3 tips that can help you to value time. Distractions are the worst thing when it comes to valuing time. Distractions take your focus away from what is important and waste your precious time. The best way to eliminate distractions is to turn off your phone, close any unnecessary tabs or apps, and create a quiet space where you can work. The king went up to him and asked, "What are you doing here?" The old man looked up and said, "I am the royal doctor. You may remember me." The king said, "Of course I do. You told my father that he had only 1 week to live." The old man nodded. "And what did my father do?" the old man asked. The king thought for a moment. He spent time with his family and friends. He also asked forgiveness from those whom he had wronged. The old man smiled. That is exactly what I wanted to hear. Your father used his last week wisely. He did not waste it. The king was surprised, but you told him that he only had 1 week to live. How could he use all of his time? The old man said, your father could have easily become angry and asked me to find a cure for him, but instead, he accepted his fate and made the most of his last week. That is what I call using time wisely. By the way, how are you spending your time? The king asked. I am spending my time with my family and friends, just like my father did in his last week, the old man replied, and I am also asking forgiveness from those whom I have wronged. The king was ashamed. He realized that he had not been spending his time wisely. He had been fighting wars, collecting gold and silver, and having fun. But now he knew that none of these things were important. What was important was his family, his friends, and his people. I am sorry, but there is nothing that I can do. The king was shocked. He had been the strongest and healthiest man in the kingdom, and now he was going to die. He thought about how he had wasted his time. He had spent his whole life fighting wars, collecting gold and silver, and having fun. Now he realized that none of these things were important. What was important was his family, his friends, and his people. But it was too late. He could not change anything now. He thanked the doctor and asked him to leave. If you think about it, every single second counts. The one thing that we all have in common is time. Rich or poor, young or old, healthy or sick, we all have an equal amount of it. We all get 24 hours in a day, but many people still say that time is money. You can make more money, but you can't make more time. This is true to some extent. Once a minute has passed, it will never come back. However, I don't believe that time is only money. The truth is that time is much more than just money. Time is life itself. So time is much more valuable than money. You might ask, why do people always say that time is money? I believe that they say that because of one main reason, and that is laziness. They are too lazy to do things on time. They are too lazy to manage their time. And when they waste their time, they feel like they wasted their money. So if you are one of those people who says that time is money, I want you to know that time is much more than just money. Time is life itself. So let me tell you a story now. There was a king who was very sick, so he called for his royal doctor. The king called for his son and told him everything that he had told him. The king's son was shocked. He did not know that his father was dying. One day, the new king was walking in the garden when he saw an old man sitting on a bench. The king and the old man became friends, and the king learned how to spend his time wisely. As you can see from the story, time is not just money, but many people waste their time. They do not value time. So let us all be more aware of how we are spending our time. Number 1, set short-term goals. No. 2, eliminate distractions. 3, reward yourself. The best way to make sure that you are valuing your time is to reward yourself when you accomplish something. In conclusion, let us all be more aware of how we are spending our time. Thank you for watching.